Bon dia e benvindos, my hungry amigos, and welcome back to Algarve Appetite. With me today is the Grumpy Monk. Let's see if we can get her in. Say hello, Grumpy Monk.
Hello.
And we also have D-Dog, our Serra da Estrela puppy, and also Coco, who is the dog we bought, one of the dogs we bought for Scotland. And Coco is what's she?
Sheepoo.
A sheepoo, whatever that means. Yeah, she's some kind of cross, a little yapper anyway. So she is a little yapper. So anyway, we're Danny, I'm quite blessed because Danny hates walking or any kind of exercise.
Do not.
But I'm very blessed today because she's coming on a walk with me. And the reason being is we've got actually some very sad and troubling news, and it's regarding D-Dog. We don't know exactly how pure she is in terms of breed, but you know, whether she's pure Serra da Estrela or short-haired Serra da Estrela, we don't know. But she's certainly a big dog. She's about 35 kilos, and like many big dogs, there's always a risk that they will develop problems with their back legs. About a week or so ago, I went to take D-Dog for a walk as usual, and she couldn't put down her left rear leg. At the time I thought it was mainly just a an issue. Maybe she's quite a heavy dog, she may be sitting on it funny and cut off the circulation or something like that. Well, it only got worse the next couple of days and she was really lame. So we took her to the vets down in the local town here, and she was x-rayed, and unfortunately she has hip dysplasia, which is a condition which will affect her for the rest of her life. As I mentioned before, she's just a pup. She's only less than 2 years old, and yeah, we're obviously all very distressed about it. So tell the boys and girls a little bit about her background.
We took her in, was it March?
No, it was longer than that. It was last June, so we've had her for over a year.
And from what we got, she wasn't around the best background.
Well, she was mistreated, wasn't she? And we got her when she was very young. Her and her two brothers were rescued by a neighbour of ours, and we agreed to take D-Dog because again we just fell in love with her. But yeah, she was only 5 weeks old. But the thing is, normally what happens in these situations with larger dogs, if you get them from reputable breeders and things, then they check the parents to make sure that their hips and everything are not affected, because it's basically a genetic disease. So obviously we didn't have that luxury. So here we are. So that brings me on to the medical treatments or medical options that are available for her. So initially, because of her age and because it's not severe and it's not affecting her life too much, the vet has recommended that we treat her with painkillers initially, although she's kind of come off those just temporarily, and also 2 large tablets a day, which are good for the cartilage and the joints. But unfortunately, it doesn't change the fact that it's a problem with the actual formation or the shape of her bones and her hips in particular. So what it does mean is that if the condition gets worse, or if it starts affecting her quality of life, we're really going to be forced with the only other option is surgery. And this is kind of like a hip replacement for a human. So the vets advise that we leave it until she's about 3 years old, so then she'll be fully grown and an adult, and we can address it then. If her condition doesn't get too much worse, then we'll probably just get away with continuing to treat her on medication. However, if it deteriorates significantly, she's going to have to go under the knife. The initial estimates we've got for the price of that would be $3,500 per leg. And obviously she's got 2 legs, or 2 back legs. So yeah, it's going to be quite a significant expense. But what the vet's told us is because her, like anyone that's in pain, she'll adjust the way she's walking, which can put additional strain on the equivalents of her wrists and her elbows. And actually you can develop kind of secondary conditions which can be just as serious. So if she gets to the point that it really is affecting her mobility, it's really the best thing to do. If she was 7 or 8 years old, it really wouldn't be an issue. Not so much, it wouldn't be an issue, but she'd have had quite a lot of her life already, and we could have made a different decision. But as I say, at less than 2, she's such a fantastic dog and such an amazing part of our family. There's no way that money would ever come between, her quality of life. And so, yeah. So that's about it, Danny. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Not really.
What do you feel about the situation?
It's very sad that D-Dog's in pain.
So here she is, but as you can see, she's relatively happy. She hobbles a little in the back end, but generally she's okay. You'll notice we have her on a lead. The vets suggested that it's very important that she gets regular exercise, obviously to keep her joints and her muscles and everything active. But the same point is, it's also important that she's not over-exercised. So we can't let her off to run and things like that. So. But she seems happy enough, and I guess that's it for today. We can maybe show some more shots of this beautiful walk that we're on. This is our usual spot, but normally I come out later at night. Yeah, we're really lucky where we live, and it's great for the animals because, they have more or less a free rein. There are some other dogs in the area, pets and things, and obviously there's a lot of wildlife in Portugal, but they're relatively safe, and they can get out and roam and sniff around and things. So yeah, we're trying to take Dee out at least twice a day, but we've got a big garden, so she has a lot of exercise running around with the cats and the dogs, and we can only hope that the poor thing is going to have a good life, can't we, D-Dog, eh?